Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum is also, it has actually touched my target level that I gave you in the previous video. We talked about this level here, $880, and we've come to 885 or something, 884. So that was close. We saw a bounce. We moved up to the previous support level. Yeah, that became resistance. Also here highlighted as a dotted line. And since then we have again started to move down. Is this already the reversal to the upside? Personally, I don't think so. I mentioned in the previous video that we can count for Ethereum here currently only, in my opinion, 3 waves down, which means there would be another wave 4, which this might have been. Yeah, at the moment I count this as complete, as long as we stay below 1011 US dollars, and I would expect another move down in a wave 5. To finish that off, which should get below 870. I can move that line now slightly because we hit a significant low here. Should be below 883 or 884 US dollars, you know. So at the moment against 1011, against $1,011, I would count further. I would expect lower prices below $883. Next target for that, we talked about that in the previous video, would be here the $770 level. That would be one of the next targets that I would expect. And after that, we've got the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level, which is the $618 level, 88.7, which is sort of the last meaningful and relevant level on the scale, on the Fibonacci retracement scale, yeah. And at the latest here, I would expect a reversal. Ideally before that, and we can also take a look at what Ethereum did in the last bear market. How far did it actually come down in terms of the Fibonacci levels? So we're going to take a look at that as well in this video. But overall message is, you know, I ideally expect another lower low. That is sort of at the moment what I still expect for Bitcoin as well, even though on the Bitcoin chart we can count 5 waves as complete, and here not, yeah, unless we are in some kind of a ending diagonal or something. But even if we are, as long as we don't, yeah, and that is the same for Bitcoin, as long as we don't see a structural change in the chart, which would mean we make higher highs and higher lows, and we see a 5-wave impulsive move to the upside, until then, my focus will remain focused on the current trend, which is still going down. So we can already see some interesting indicators. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at that as well. But we need to see a structural change in the chart. We want to see 5 waves up, and ideally 3 waves down, which would mean we make a higher low. And so basically this ABC. And if you come lower than the beginning of that move up, yeah, with your correction, then it's invalidated. Yeah, and then this uptrend is invalidated. Therefore, 5 waves up already a good indication. Higher low in 3 wave moves, in 3 waves down, confirmation. If you don't wait for this, and you don't wait for the next bullish signal, you know, you risk that you buy in when we could still go lower, and that's fine. You know, many investors are doing that, dollar cost averaging in. Even I'm doing that, but I know that prices could go quite a bit of a chunk lower, and that I just have to expect that and understand that if I buy now, there is no confirmation yet that the trend has changed. So yeah, so currently still against the $1,011 level, lower prices. As soon as we get above the wave 4 high, I think we can say with greater confidence that actually the low might have been in, plus a 5-wave move to the upside. Okay, now as long as we don't see that, there is no reason for me to reverse here back into the uptrend. Bullish bias, yeah, and bullish perspective. Until then, we can only, you know, we expect lower levels, and we need to understand that in the last few days and weeks we already dropped significantly. So let's say here on the daily chart, we're just on the RSI, for example, now massively oversold. We've come to those levels before. That was sort of here December 2018, March 2018. So after the bull run 2017, we've come down to those levels again, which means we are historically now at a level where you historically have seen a reversal. Yeah. So need to understand that as well. We have seen here historically, looking at the RSI, a reversal. So we could expect maybe some support here. So there's no bullish divergence visible here on the daily RSI, but it is very important to understand that we are at historically a very, very low level. And if you look at the 4-day chart, which I find even more meaningful for Ethereum, Bitcoin, cryptos, especially for the medium term perspective, we have even made lower lows. I mean, we've never been that low. Also indicating that a sentiment shift might be due soon. The weekly chart as well, okay? Just going straight down, which doesn't indicate a reversal yet, but it indicates that we are, you know, in a range where you would usually expect a reversal. MACD, interesting. MACD making on the weekly here currently higher lows. We're making lower lows on the price chart, higher low on the MACD. So this is a bullish divergence on the weekly, but for that we also need to turn around. At the moment we're not turning around yet. So as soon as you see this turnaround, we have a bullish divergence on the MACD on the weekly, which is quite significant. And then you see the price turn around. By the way, on the 4-day we have a bullish divergence as well. Let's take a look on the daily. Yes, also here bullish divergence. Higher lows on the MACD. So all of that pointing towards a slowing down of the downtrend in general, yeah. But we now need to turn around, and as soon as you see this turn around, could be a good indication that the low was in. Okay. Looking at what actually Ethereum did in the last bear market, I actually haven't checked before the video, but let's just look at that, and let's just look at the Fibonacci retracement tool. And let me just find the low from the previous. All right, now we start at 0. That's fine. Just double check something. So we can see that in the last bear market, Ethereum dropped slightly below the 88.7. Yeah, so below $173 that was, and it came down pretty much in, yeah, you know, sort of into the middle of the beginning of the wave 1 here to the upside, and the 88.7% fib level. Now, bear in mind, every cycle should reduce volatility. Bitcoin, for example, turned around in the last cycle on the last bear market between the 88.7 and the 78.6% fib level, just highlighting that volatility is reducing because Bitcoin's volatility is less than, for example, Ethereum's. So just for info here, last cycle we dropped below the 88.7, which doesn't mean it should happen again, in my opinion, because volatility usually reduces. But that is currently what I see, but I would never rule anything out, yeah, because you never know. But from what we've seen with Bitcoin in the past, I wouldn't expect it to drop below that 88.7. Not Ethereum. Again, could be wrong with that. It would still be covered by the current wave 2. Yeah, this is a wave 1 to the upside, and we're currently in a wave 2. This would all still be covered in a wave 2 scenario. A wave 2 can drop to the beginning of the wave 1. In this case, that would be around about $100. But it would be very unlikely to drop below the 88.7% fib level. Yeah, to say that very, very clearly. But yeah, so far we're following the scenario here, and that now that the scenario has been fulfilled for Ethereum. I mean, I've been warning months ago about a 3-digit Ethereum if we go below $1,700. Now that was fulfilled. However, now that everything has been fulfilled on the Ethereum chart, we can only, and I mentioned that in the Bitcoin video, we can only drive on site. We can only analyze the chart now as it goes, because the scenario has been fulfilled. So we are now just waiting for the reversal. And as soon as we can see a reversal indication in the chart, the focus needs to remain lower. Okay, so this is what I'm doing, and I'll keep you awake. I'll keep you aware. I'll make you aware if I see anything changing in the chart. But again, primary expectation remains down until we change direction, okay? And then we can talk about how high it will go and so on. Okay, so that is my view about Ethereum. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.